Cookies. I'm Meg Randazzo. This is going to be a 70-minute intermediate flow class. I'm going to work on strength today, specifically side plank, Vashisthasana, and plank, working through what the shoulders are doing and how to connect to the core, getting that outer strength, that physical strength, which can help us support our inner strength. A couple of notes. I am not going to be mirroring you today because I don't know how everyone is facing their screen and how they're set up. In a live class, I can mirror you because we're all in the same orientation. But today, no mirroring. I will be doing my right side and you will be doing your right side. Also, when I say to vinyasa, you have the option to do so. And I may or may not be doing the vinyasa. I may be flipping around just so on the second side of our poses, I will be facing the screen. I'll be facing you. All right, so let's get started. Let's go to your mat. You have blocks, go ahead and set them up over there. And come on down to your back. You are centering here, so knees can be bent, or you can straighten the legs out and let them gently flop open. Arms out to the sides, palms facing up, fingers gently curling in, or if you prefer, hands can be on heart or belly or one on each. Close the eyes. Settle. Start that ritual of checking in with yourself. How are you doing here at the beginning of practice? How's your mind? It might be swirling busy. Thoughts starting all over. Maybe it's fairly calm, just a thought floating by here and there. Often we find ourselves in between. And check in with the body. And as you're scanning from head to toes, if you notice a body part that feels a little bit off today, make sure you take care of that body part. You always have the permission and the authority to change poses to suit you. Modify, add props, take care of yourself. Checking in with spirit in any way that makes sense to you. Watch the breath. Inhale through the nose, fill up and expand. Exhale back out through the nose, emptying and softening. Again, inhale, fill up and expand. Rib cage expands, chest lifts. Exhale, soften, empty. Continue like that, finding the rhythm of your breath, smoothing it out as you go. Continue to cultivate your breath. This is a good time to set an intention. It might have to do with the idea of strength, inner strength, physical strength. They often feed on each other. And whatever that intention is, set it here and try to check in with it as we move. And as always, we'll take a moment at the end as well. So let's begin to move. On an inhale, stretch the arms up and back. Full body, just reach from feet to fingers. Take another inhale here, get as long as you can. And then exhale, arms just return to your sides. We'll do Tadasana on our back, mountain pose here on our back. So draw the legs to about hip width. Reach out through the soles of the feet as if you were standing on the wall in front of you somewhere. And then draw the belly into the back body. Draw the bottom sternum into the back body. And then pretend like you can squeeze the frontal hip points together. You'll get that whole core really working and really stable. Keep that, and then reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Press your palms into the ceiling. Keep your core, and then draw the shoulder heads back down, and the shoulder blades towards the back waist. So you're in plank now, but on your back, a little easier, right? So keep reaching through the hands, like you're pushing the ceiling away. Keep the shoulders rooted and grounded, and when you did all that, what happened to the core? Belly in, bottom sternum in, frontal hip points trying to touch. Activate the legs, take another nice big inhale. And then exhale, sweep the knees in, arms around the shins, and rock a little from side to side. And then come back to center, bring the forehead up to the knees, take a big inhale here, inhale, big. Exhale, release the upper body down. And then go ahead and just put your feet on the floor, keep the knees bent. Reach the arms out like a T. And put the pinky edge sides of your hands into the floor. So you have warrior two type arms here, side plank type arms here. So first, make sure that the arms are coming right out from the shoulders. And then notice what's going on with the shoulders. Do you need to slide the shoulder blades towards the back waist so that they're nice and anchored? And then what happened to the core? Belly in, bottom sternum in, frontal hip points try to meet. Keep all of that and bring the legs to tabletop. Knees above hips, lower legs parallel to the floor. I have my legs pressing together, feet flexed. Take an inhale, and then exhale, let the knees go about halfway to the left, but try and keep that right shoulder down. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. And then exhale, go about halfway to the right. Try and keep that left shoulder down. Inhale, center. And exhale, halfway over to the left. Try and keep the right shoulder down. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right. Keep the opposite shoulder rooted. Inhale, center. And then exhale, let the knees go ahead and go all the way over to the left. Don't worry about keeping them stacked and neat. It's okay. Make the priority more the arms here. So you still have those warrior two side plank type arms. If your left shoulder came way up, perhaps you can dig into that left elbow, move the left shoulder out of the way, and then maybe that right shoulder can gently melt towards the earth. You're still trying to get the shoulders back and down. And take an inhale. Imagine the breath going from the center of the sternum all the way out to the collarbones and out through the fingertips. Exhale, keep that width. Inhale, imagine stretching wide from sternum to collarbones to fingertips. Exhale, keep the width but soften the rib cage. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale, knees back to center. On your exhale, let them go all the way over to the right. They do not need to be perfectly stacked in any way. Just getting a simple, easy twist, but focusing a little bit more on the arms. So if that left shoulder came way up, maybe you can put the right elbow into the floor a little bit more, move that right shoulder blade out of the way a bit. Maybe the left one will soften down to the earth. We aren't forcing, we're trying to get that softening and grounding. The shoulders are still down the back, chest is wide. Inhale, imagine going from the sternum out through the collarbones and fingertips. Exhale, keep that width soften. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, sternum to collarbones to fingertips. Exhale, keep the width. Then inhale, bring the knees back to center. Exhale, set the soles of the feet on the floor. Alright, so pull the right knee in, hands can go around the right shin. Let the left leg go out long on the mat. Reach out through the center of the left heel and circle through the right ankle. And circle it the other direction. And then point to flex. Alright, and then go ahead and straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. Hold on behind that right leg with your interlaced hands. Reach out through the right heel. Press the right thigh into your into your hamstrings, and then press the left thigh into its hamstrings. Keep reaching out through the heels. Try and get the mat, so chest is wide. You might have to adjust your hands a little bit to get that. Keep pressing thighs into the hamstrings, belly engaged, and then let that left leg just hover. Stay, or if you can keep all of that, reach the arms towards the ceiling and then to the wall behind you. Reach out through the heels, thigh bones pressing into the hamstrings, belly in, bottom sternum to the back body, frontal hip points try and touch. 3 big breaths here. Inhale, reach out through the limbs. Exhale, front body into back body. Inhale. Exhale, front body into back body. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And the knees into the chest, arms around the shins, rock from side to side. And come back to center. Let's do side 2. Left knee stays in, right leg reaches out long, reach out through the right heel, and circle through that left ankle, wiggle the toes. And then go the other way. And point and flex a couple of times. And then straighten that left leg up, hold on behind the hamstring. Reach out through both heels, press both thighs into their hamstrings. Chest wide, shoulders on the mat. Absorb the belly into the back body. And then let that right leg just hover. Try not to change anything else. Keep the core working. Stay or reach the arms up and back. Reach out through the limbs as you inhale. And then exhale, sternum, belly down, frontal hip points try and touch. Inhale. Exhale, front body to back body. One more, inhale. And exhale. And the knees into the chest. Or rock from side to side, just one more time for now. And then come back to center. Let's find happy baby, knees wide. Arms reach inside the legs, hands grab outside edges of the feet or the ankles. Soles of the feet face the ceiling. Tailbone is on the mat, kind of rolling away from your head. And then get your shoulders on the mat, even if you have to change the placement of your hands. Feel grounded. And even here, a little bit of belly to spine. See if that changes things for you. Draw the knees back into the chest. Roll like a ball a few times. You can balance into Navasana each time you come up. 3rd time, let's stay in Navasana. So lift the chest, toes and nose are the same height. Shoulders back and down, belly and bottom sternum drawing in. Maybe you can let go with the arms. Maybe you can make plank arms. Press the palms away from you, shoulders back and down. If you're still with me, reach the arms out to the sides like Vashisthasana, arms side plank arms. Shoulders back and down, belly in. Push those side walls away from you with those hands. One more inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and cross at the ankles and come to hands and knees, positioning yourself back down the center of your mat. Let's do a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, chest reaches through the arms, shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, scoop the belly, push the floor away, find your cat. Inhale, back through to cow, belly gently and shoulder blades towards the back waist. Exhale, push the floor away, scoop the belly. Let's take one more here. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale through to tabletop. Stay here. Same thing. Shoulder blades to the back waist. Belly into the back body. Bottom sternum into the back body. And then curl the toes under and just let your knees float. Just a little bit of a float. Keep the chest wide, shoulders on the back. Belly in, bottom sternum in. And then step one leg back, and then the other leg back to full plank. Shoulder blades glide down the back. Push the arms towards straight without locking. Belly in, bottom of the sternum in. Press the thighs into the hamstrings. Take another inhale. Reach the hips up and back. Draw the belly in. Draw the bottom of the sternum in. Let's do it again. Inhale, forward to plank. Take a second. Notice what your shoulders are doing. Shoulder blades to the back waist. Push the floor away without changing the width in the chest. Belly in, bottom sternum in. Press the thighs into the hamstrings. Take another inhale. Exhale, drop back, downward facing dog. So in my live level 2 classes, we always do the minute plank. It's kind of a tradition. We're going to keep it alive here. Inhale, forward to plank. Modify as you need to. You can come to knees or elbows. Shoulder blades down the back. Neck long on all 4 sides. Belly to back body, bottom sternum to back body. Press the thighs into the hamstrings. A little bit of the tailbone lengthening towards the heels. Both sides of the waist lifting evenly away from the floor. Breath is still smooth and steady. So you can see here, as we're almost at that minute, how the inner strength and the outer physical strength really do feed on each other. So we're almost there. Keep that inner strength going, that outer strength going. One more inhale. Exhale, bring it back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and move in any way that serves you. Get out the wiggles, you can pedal out the legs. You can look left to right. Coming back to down dog. Reach the hips up and back. Share the load with the legs. Draw belly and sternum into back body. Look back at your feet. Make them about hip width or so. And then walk the hands all the way back to your feet. And once you're back there, Uttanasana, standing forward fold at the back of the mat. Let the neck relax. Knees can be bent as much as you would like. Arms are up to you. You might make the hands into fists and roll through the wrists, or perhaps you grab opposite elbows. Just make it feel nice. Get into the backs of the legs a little bit. And as we do this, see if you can find your flanks, your back sides of the waist. See if you can relax them and really let the spine pour out of the pelvis. Find length and space. If you have your elbows crossed, go ahead and switch the other forearm on top. Again, see if you can relax the back waist, especially the sides, get a little more length through the torso. Release hands towards the floor. Bend the knees, belly in, roll up slowly, ragdoll. Hands can walk up the thighs if you need that little bit of extra support. Allow the head to come up last. Tadasana, the back of the mat. Your feet can be still hip width if you'd rather. Move them together into more Tadasana feet, you can. So maybe you have the balls of the big toes touching, a little sliver of space between the heels. You're looking for parallel feet. For most of us, that's second and third toes straight ahead. Arms to the sides, shoulders back and down. Draw the belly in, bottom sternum in. Head is balancing right on top. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, interlace the fingers, leave the pointer out. Inhale, get a little taller, zipper up, and then exhale, lean over to the right. Open up those left side ribs. On an inhale, come back to center. On your exhale, go ahead and side bend over to the left. On your inhale, come back to center. On your exhale, release the hands as you forward fold. Bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway up, pause here. Notice that the torso is in plank here. So slide the shoulders towards the back waist. Belly's in. Take another inhale, get even longer. And then exhale, forward fold. Release the back of the neck. Inhale, press into the feet. Circle the arms. Come on up, zipper up the belly. Maybe look up, press the hands. Exhale, interlace the hands, leave the pointers out. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, lean left this time first. Pause and breathe. That left hand can kind of pull the right up and over to lengthen the right side, but avoid pulling the right shoulder out. Inhale back to center, and exhale, lean over to the right. And then once you're there, that right hand can gently pull the left up and over, but you're looking for left side length, not pulling the shoulder out of the socket. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, find plank in the upper body. Exhale, refold, back of the neck lengthens. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands home to heart. Skipping the side bend. Inhale, reach it out and up, gather length. Exhale, fold the breath all the way out. Inhale, halfway up, reach the heart through the arms, shoulder blades to the back, belly in. Exhale, bow it back in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands home to the heart. This time we'll bring it out to down dog. We'll flow there. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Look to the top of the mat, and then bend the knees enough to get hands on floor, and exhale, walk out to downward facing dog. Take a second to find your spacing that's right for you. Now the feet might go to hip width instead of together. On your inhale, float yourself forward to plank. Take a second, shoulders down the back, belly in. Inhale. Exhale, pitch slightly forward on the toes. Bend the elbows graze your ribs as you lower down. Tops of the feet press down, shoulder heads lift away from the floor, shoulder blades to the back waist, belly in. Inhale, pull the hands back as you reach your chest through and up into a little cobra. Exhale, lengthen on your way back down. Do that again. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, lengthen on your way back down. This one, let's keep it. Inhale into cobra, stay here, breathe. So you still have the feet pressing down, you still have the belly in, shoulder heads lifted from the floor, shoulder blades to the back waist, and act as if the shoulder blade tips can open the heart a little more. Inhale, shoulder blade tips, press into the heart to open it. Exhale, lengthen the chest on your way back down. Curl the toes under, knee plank or full plank with the legs, shoulder head still lifted, shoulder blades on the back, belly gathered away from the floor. Inhale to your plank. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Smooth the breath out. Inhale forward to plank. So same thing, notice if your shoulders are already hunching by the ears. Shoulder blades to the back waist so the chest is wide. Front body to back body. Let's bring it to side plank. Click the feet together like a pair of Legos. Roll the outside edge of the right foot. Left arm lifts. If you need to modify, you can put bottom knee down, or you can stagger the feet. Once you're here, shoulders on the back. Push the ceiling away with the top hand. Push the floor away with the bottom hand. Can you get the belly and ribs in? Tailbone and crown lengthening away from each other. And let's even get those Tadasana feet. Maybe the heels separate into a little sliver of space. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale and bring yourself back to plank. Let's go right into the other side. Shoulders back and down, belly in. Click the feet together, roll the outside edge of the left foot. Right arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Shoulders back and down. Push the floor away with the bottom hand. Push the ceiling away with the top hand. Belly in, sternum in, crown and tail lengthening away from each other. And then try and find those Tadasana feet, so a little sliver of space between the heels. One more inhale. Exhale, bring yourself back to plank. Take an inhale there. Exhale, draw it back. Downward facing dog. Smooth out the breath, even things out. Look up between the hands. Inhale, high to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Do a little hopper step to the top of the mat. Even out those feet. Inhale, half get nice and tall. Exhale, fold the breath all the way out. Inhale, halfway up. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step the right leg and then the left leg back to plank. Take an inhale, find that plank. Exhale, shift forward, bend the elbows, pause halfway if you're ready for up dog. Flip over the feet and inhale up. Otherwise, lower all the way down and inhale into cobra. Pause in your back bend of choice. Shoulder heads away from floor or wall in front of you. Shoulder blades on the back. Push the floor away with the hands if you're in up dog. Act as if you're dragging it back if you're in cobra. Belly in. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring yourself back up to plank first from up dog. And then exhale to down dog. Otherwise, release your cobra. Find your plank, and then your down dog. Breathe. And inhale the right leg up and back behind you, three-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist, push the floor away. Inhale, stretch it back to three-leg dog. Exhale, bring that right knee to the right upper arm. Find those plank arms, even weight in the arms, belly in. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, bring it across to that left arm. Getting that little twist with the lower body to try and keep arms, chest, and plank. Stretch it back as you inhale. And then exhale, knee to nose. Look up between the hands, shoulders on the back. Bring the right foot all the way through for lunge. Right knee and ankle stack. Inhale, reach the heart through the arms, find length. And then exhale, revolve over to the right. Pull the right hip back and in. Press the left thigh to the sky. What's going on with the shoulders? Bring them back and down. Belly draws away from that front thigh into the back body. Sides of the neck are long. One more inhale, expand through the arms. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, heart through the arms. Exhale, step that left leg forward. Inhale, halfway up. Try and get that plank in the upper body. Exhale, fold, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, press into the feet, circle the arms, come on back up. Exhale, hands home to the heart. Inhale, reach it out and up. Exhale, fold the breath out. Inhale, halfway up, get that plank in the upper body. Bend the knees, plant the hands, keep the chest wide as you step left leg, and then right leg back to plank. Slide the shoulder blades towards back waist, belly in, inhale. Exhale, pitch slightly forward. Bend the elbows, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to your back bend. Shoulder heads away from floor or wall in front of you. And eventually on your exhale, go through plank, back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist, push the floor away. Inhale, stretch it back, three-leg dog. Exhale, bring that knee to the left arm, shoulders over the wrist, feel those plank arms. Inhale, stretch it back, three-leg dog. Exhale, bring it across to the right arm, so you're getting that twist, but try and keep chest and arms in that plank. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, place that left foot through for lunge. Inhale, heart through the arms, nice and long. Exhale, revolve left arm lifts. So that left hip is pinned back in instead of letting it jut out to the left. Right thigh pressing into the sky. Shoulders on the back. Press the ceiling away with that top hand. Get that same Vashisthasana side plank feeling. Draw the belly away from the front thigh. One more inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step the back leg forward, even out your feet. Inhale, halfway up, heart through arms, belly in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands home to the heart. Let's keep going. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. Exhale, fold the breath out, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulder blades to the back, waist belly in. Bend the knees, plant the hands, go through any vinyasa that serves you. Maybe you just go from plank, finding that nice and steady plank and bringing it to down dog. Inhale the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. We'll look up between the hands. Right foot comes through for lunge. Right knee and ankle stack. Let's bring it to warrior two. Pivot the back heel down. And come on up on your inhale. So that right hip is firming in and a little bit underneath you. Right knee and ankle stacks. And then press the root of that left thigh straight back. Draw the belly in. Bottom sternum in. Frontal hip points try and meet. And then bring the shoulders back and down. And then press your side walls away with your palms. So the shoulders back and down, but then keeping the bottom ribs, belly, moving into the back body. And then palms now face down towards the floor. Flip that right palm, the front palm, and inhale to reverse warrior. So back hand, left hand is just gently resting on maybe just your fingertips on that back leg. As the right arm reaches up and over, you're opening the right side waist. You still have the shoulders kind of soft, right? They're not crowding the ears. Legs are still in warrior two. Take another inhale. And then exhale through warrior two to side angle. Bring right forearm to thigh, left arm to sky. So for me, I almost always have to heel toe the back foot in one time so that the right knee and ankle are stacked again. Find your feet, right hip pressing into the center line, left thigh pressing straight back. Draw belly and ribs in. And then shoulders back and down, neck long. Feel that side angle you're making from outer edge of the back foot all the way out through the crown. So you can stay right here. Or if you want to up the ante a little bit, you'll start to slide that right hand towards the floor, inside maybe even the right ankle. Try not to touch the floor though. You're pressing right leg, right arm into each other. Left arm straight up, shoulders back and down, belly and ribs in. Breathe. Start to reach that right arm forward and then bring it back up to warrior two. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, hands come back down to the floor. So we're going to stay here. Inhale, reach your heart through the arms. And then exhale, open up to the right, twist. Right arm lifts, right hip firms in. Belly and ribs in, shoulders on the back. So you can stay here in this twisting lunge, or you can bring it to side plank from here. Pivot to the outside edge of that left foot, and then the right leg stacks on top. Once you get it though, ignite the core, shoulders back and down, bottom arm presses the floor away, top arm presses the ceiling away. Neck long, trying to lift the hips, so that they're all in line from left armpit to left ankle. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring it back to plank. You decide if you want to go through a vinyasa here, or maybe you just bring it right back to downward facing dog. All right, so side two. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, sweep it all the way through for lunge. Coming into warrior two, pivot the back heel down. Come on up on your inhale. So that left hip is pinned into the midline, left knee and toes are straight ahead, knee and ankle stacked. Right thigh pressing straight back, and then absorb the belly in, bottom sternum in, frontal hip points are trying to touch. Shoulders down the back, and then flip the palms like you're pressing your side walls away. Belly in, legs working, arms reaching, shoulders back and down, neck long. reverse warrior, flip that left palm up. Inhale to reverse. Legs stay the same. Left arm reaches up and over. Right hand just gently on that right leg, maybe just the fingertips. Try to keep the legs the same. One more inhale. Exhale through warrior two to side angle, left forearm to thigh, right arm up towards your ceiling. You need to heel toe the back foot in, so left knee and ankle stack again, go for it. Left hip still firming in, right thigh still pressing back. Draw the belly and ribs in, turn the chest open, shoulders back and down, neck long. So this might be where you stay, this might be your place, or maybe keep the core definitely very engaged. Start to straighten that left arm out towards the floor. Fingertips might come to your inner ankle. Press left arm and left leg into each other. Reignite the belly, turn the chest open, shoulders on the back. Yes, this is challenging. And then start to reach the left arm forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands back down to lunge. We're going to stay there. Inhale, reach the heart through the arms, find some length. And then exhale, revolve to the left, left arm lifts. So already shoulders are back and down. Left hip's pinning in, right thigh to sky, neck long. Stay here or bring it to side plank, Vashisthasana, since your upper body is already there. Pivot to the outside edge of the right foot. The left leg stacks on top. So get the belly in, lengthen from crown to tail, shoulders on the back. And they're opening the chest a little, but then you gotta bring the belly in, bottom sternum in. Maybe find those Tadasana feet, little sliver of space between the ankles. Feel that line from right armpit all the way through right ankle, so you might need to lift the hips a little. One more inhale, expand, push the ceiling away with that left palm. And then exhale, come back over to plank. You decide, go through a vinyasa or bring it right back to downward facing dog. Let's keep going. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, bring it all the way through for lunge. Pivot the back heel down and come on up, warrior two again. Find the legs, engage the core, shoulders on the back, back and down. All right, now find the ball of the big right toe, root it down, and then start to shrug that right leg straight without locking, right? You're lifting up the kneecap and you're shrugging the thigh muscles all the way up into the hip socket. Take an inhale, belly and get a little taller through the torso, and then exhale, reach towards Trikonasana. Reach, 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 reach. And when there's no more reaching, right hand comes down, left arm goes up. You still have the ball of the big right toe pressing down and muscles shrugging up the right leg. You still have the left thigh pressing straight back. Belly and ribs in. Maybe you can turn the chest open a little. And then shoulders on the back. So same thing we did in side angle. You can stay here with that right hand on something, or maybe you let it just hover. Reach through the arms like side plank arms. Shoulders on the back, belly in, a little bit of those frontal hip points, try to meet. And reach that right arm forward, and inhale on up. Exhale, hands to hips. Pivot the feet to parallel, even them out. Inhale, shoulders back and down, get tall. Exhale, hinge and fold just halfway. Reach the hands to the floor. So have your fingertips just about underneath your chin or your chest. So even out the weight in the feet. Shrug the muscles all the way up the legs into the hip sockets. Draw the belly and shoulder blades down the back, neck long. Inhale. And then exhale, twist open to the right. Right arm lifts. You might have your left hand on fingertips or a block. So you're still squeezing the legs all the way up into the hip sockets, shrugging them up there. Belly and ribs in and turn the chest open, shoulders on the back, neck long. Inhale, lengthen from crown to tail. Exhale, maybe get a little Bring the right hand back down, fingertips under shoulders on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, pivot, quarter turn. You're returning to that right lunge, staying there. Inhaling, reaching the heart through the arms, finding length. And exhaling, revolving to the right for that twist again. Shoulders on the back, neck long. Stay here, or come to side plank again. Pivot to the outside edge of the left foot. Right leg stacks on top. Ignite the core. Stretch through the arms, shoulders on the back. Maybe this time you lift the top leg up. Try and keep the hips stacked. One more inhale. And then exhale. Come on back to your plank. Find it first. Find even, shoulders on the back. And then go ahead and vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists, look up between the hands. Left foot comes through for lunge. It's warrior two again. Pivot the back heel down and come on up on an inhale. Find the legs. Gather the belly in, shoulders back and down while keeping that belly contained and the bottom sternum into the back body. All right, now find that, follow the big left toe, press it down. And then start to shrug that leg straight. Lift the kneecap, shrug the muscles all the way up into the hip socket, but you're not locking the leg. Inhale, get tall through the torso. Exhale, start to reach towards Trikonasana triangle. And there's no more reaching. Left hand down, right arm up. So keep the contact of the ball of the big left toe into your mat. Keep shrugging the muscles up that leg. Keep pressing the right thigh straight back. Belly and ribs in and turn the chest open. Keep the belly and ribs in, shoulders back and down. Vashisthasana type arms here. Now if you can really ignite the core and act as if the frontal hip points can touch, you'll get that stability for the low back to maybe let the bottom hand just hover. Belly in. Legs working. Shoulders on the back. Sides of the neck long and somewhat relaxed. And then reach that left arm forward. And then your inhale, rise. And your exhale, hands to the hips. Pivot the feet to parallel. Even them out. Look at them. Even them out. Make them pretty parallel. Shoulders back and down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold about halfway. Hands coming to the floor. I usually start on fingertips. You might want to as well. So shrug the leg muscles all the way up into the hip sockets. Belly in. Shoulders slide to back waist, chest wide, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, revolve open to the left, left arm lifts. Keep shrugging the muscles up the legs. Belly and ribs in. Inhale, lengthen from crown to tail. Exhale, open the chest. Slide the shoulders away from the ears if you need to. One more nice big inhale. And exhale, bring the left hand back down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, pivot quarter, turn back to your left lunge, staying there. Inhale the heart through the arms. And exhale, twist open to the left, left arm lifts. So already you have the shoulders back and down and the belly in. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot, left leg stacks on top. So once you have it, get the core, shoulders on the back, neck long, maybe lift the top leg. Keep the bottom sternum working into the back body, tailbone towards your heels, shoulders away from the ears on the back. One more inhale. Exhale, bring yourself back to plank. Please find a nice, even, stable plank first, and then decide a vinyasa, or maybe it's right back to downward facing dog. Look back at your feet and walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. So I have my feet a little bit apart. You might too. It's up to you. You can still see the toes. Toes and knees are straight ahead. And then draw the belly in. Draw the bottom the sternum in, and then widen your arms as much as you need to get the shoulders back and down onto the back. Belly in, bottom of the sternum to back body. Sit a little deeper. Neck is a natural extension of the spine here. Even out the weight in the feet. Next inhale, reach it up. Stand up. Exhale, hands home to the heart. All right, so let's play with balance a little bit here. So, if you need to stand off the mat or find a wall, go ahead. And on your inhale, chair pose again. All right, belly in, bottom of the sternum to the back body. Now reach your arms out like Vashisthasana arms, side plank arms. Press the side walls away with the palms. Shoulders back and down. You can see the toes. So let's root onto the right foot. And then you're just going to bring the left toes in front of you. So left leg straight, toes on the mat. Right leg still in chair. Shoulders back and down. They're probably creeping up. Keep the right hip firming in, and then trace the left toes all the way out to the left. And then deep from inside the hip socket, turn that whole left leg till the kneecap is facing the ceiling. And transition into tree. So as you straighten that right leg up, left foot comes to inner thigh, right inner thigh, left hand can help it out. Once you have it, come back to those side plank arms. Palms press away, shoulders back and down, belly in, bottom sternum in, outer hips firming in, foot and leg pressing into each other. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling if you haven't already. Bring that left knee forward, little flamingo asana. Inhale. And exhale. Arms down, leg down. Shake it out. Side two. So if you learn something and you want to go to a wall or step off your mat, go ahead. All right, second side. Find your feet. Inhale, chair. Booty back and down. You can see the toes. Open the arms. Press the side walls away. Shoulders back and down, and the bottom shoulder tips might open the chest, but then draw the belly and the sternum back into the back body. Find the roots into the left foot. Straighten the right leg out with the toes on the floor in front of you. Keep firming that left hip in. Try and keep the shoulders from creeping up to the ears here. And then delicately trace the right toes out to the right, so right leg is out to the right. From deep in that hip socket, turn the right leg open till the kneecap points to the ceiling. And then transition into tree pose. So just straighten that left leg, bringing that right foot somewhere along the inseam of the left leg. Right hand can help you. Once you have it, squeeze into the midline. Bring back those Vashisthasana arms, shoulders back and down, chest lifting, belly in, bottom sternum in. Press into the midline with hips. Reach the arms up. Right knee comes forward to release the foot. Flamingo asana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, foot down, arms down. Shake it out. All right. Still at the back of your mat. If you left, come back to the back of the mat. And on an inhale, chair pose. And on your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, looking up to the top of your mat. And exhale, walk yourself back out to downward facing dog. All right, inhale, right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Look up between the hands. Foot comes all the way through for lunge. This time we're going to come up into crescent. So if you need to move left foot over to the left a couple of inches, go for it. Firm the hips and belly in, rise on your inhale. Shrug that right thigh back into the hip socket, belly in, bottom sternum in, even if that means bending the back knee. Sides of the neck are soft. So you can get the right knee above its ankle, hands to the heart. Inhale, lean about halfway forward, find some length. Now that back leg straightens. And exhale, revolve to the right. So that left elbow outside
right here, or maybe right arm to the sky, left arm towards the floor. Shoulders still on the back. Try not to sink into the pose. Expanding. All right, so let's shift that left hand so that it's underneath its shoulder on the mat. Coming back into that twisting lunge we've been at many times. Right hip back, shoulders on the mat, chest open. Excuse me, shoulders on the back, chest open. Let's come back into that side plank. Yes, last time. Pivot to the outside edge of that left foot for this side last time. Right leg stacks on top. All right, so find it first. Belly in, shoulders on the back. Press floor away, bottom arm, ceiling away, top arm. Stay, or maybe lift up the top leg. Turn it out from the hip socket till the kneecap points towards the ceiling. And then find your tree leg. Right hand can help. And then refine that long line from one wrist to the other. From left armpit to left ankle. Sides of the neck are long. Take another inhale. Keep the legs. Exhale, come onto plank. Find plank everywhere but those tree legs. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back up. If you want to go for that again, 1 or 2 times, feel free. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, plank. Maybe you got one more in you. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back up to tree plank. And then unwind to 3-leg dog. Take an inhale there. Exhale, and bring that right foot down. And your regular dog, smooth out the breath. All right, I'm glad that was so much fun because we have another side. Inhale the left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Look up between the hands. Left foot comes through for lunge, setting up for crescent. Move the right foot over the right a couple of inches. Firm into the midline. Inhale carries you up. So now that left thigh is coming back into the hip socket. Belly in, bottom sternum in, even if you bend the back knee. Sides of the neck are long. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, lean about halfway forward. And then exhale, revolve to the left. Right elbow hooks to the outside of that left knee. So press the right thigh into its hamstring. Pull the left hip into the midline. Inhale, lengthen the crown away from the tail. Exhale, turn into the twist. Shoulders on the back, so chest is opening, belly's in to support that. Stay here, or maybe separate the arms. Left arm up, or right arm down to the outside of that left knee. Belly in, radiate out from there. Shoulders on the back, back leg straight. And stay here, or if you have hands at the heart, start to separate them. And then we'll transition that right hand underneath the right shoulder on the mat. Left arm still reaching for the sky. Shoulders on the back, pull the left hip back and in. And then transition to side plank, pivot to the outside edge of that back foot. Left leg stacks on top. Shoulders on the back, belly in, find that length. Lift the top leg. Turn it from the hip socket till kneecap points up. And then bend the knee and find tree. Left hand can help you out. Reach left arm back up. Shoulders on the back. Chest wide, belly and ribs in. Lift the hips. Lengthen. All right, one more inhale, keep the legs. Exhale, come back to plank, keep the tree legs. Find plank in the arms, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, press it back up. Maybe you go 1 or 2 more times. Eventually, you're gonna untangle the 3-leg dog. And then to regular dog. No rush, as you're ready, it'll be child's pose. Any variation that is comfortable to you. shoulders rounding forward and relaxing. Observe the inhales opening up the back of the heart as the shoulder blades widen away from each other. Exhale, everything softens. If you need longer here in Balasana, Child's Pose, take it. Otherwise, when you're ready, you'll roll yourself up and you'll sweep the legs in front of you. So I am facing the screen now, but I will not mirror still. I'm still doing my right leg. You'll be doing your right leg. All right, so let's start in Dandasana. Legs are out in front of you, maybe hip width. Press the feet away. Bring the hands down to the mat on either side of the hips. Shoulders back and down, belly in, bottom sternum in. Oh yeah, it's like plank again. All right, and then bend into the right knee. Pull up nice and tall. Inhale, right arm reaches up and back behind you. Exhale, left elbow hugs that bent knee. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, belly in as you rotate into your twist. So both shoulders on the back, especially that right one. Get it onto the back and then see if you can steer the twist from there, that right shoulder blade. Smooth the breath out. Take another inhale. And then exhale. Unwind. Stretch both legs out. Come back to Dandasana for a second. Chest wide, shoulders back and down, belly in, neck long. And bend that left knee. Pull up nice and tall. Inhale, the left arm up and back to the floor behind you. Exhale, right elbow hugs that bent knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, belly in and revolve the chest open. Shoulders on the back. And then that left shoulder, as you dig it into the chest, you dig that shoulder blade through the back into the chest, and then let that shoulder blade lead you a little more into the twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, revolve. One more inhale. Exhale, start to unwind the upper body, but then we're going to go into Gomukhasana. So take that left knee, put it on top of the right knee. You can stay here in half Gomukhasana, that's fine. If you want to tuck that right leg back, go for it, but your hips are both on something, whether it be the floor, a blanket, or a block. All right? So either half or whole, knees are stacked either way. And we have that left leg on top. And then let's give the arms a little relief, the shoulders a little relief with eagle arms. So reach the arms out to a T, and since that left leg is on top, let's cross the arms, left arm underneath. Back a hand to back a hand, or palm to palm. Shoulders down the back, elbows out from the shoulders, forearms gently reaching away from your face. Neck is long, chin level with the floor. And then notice if you are sinking into the low back, side waist. Draw that belly in on your inhale. Grow taller through all four sides of the torso. Even things out. And on your next inhale, unwind the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down. So if you want the party trick just to spin into the other side, you can. So you'll bring left hand in front of you, right hand behind you. And then you kind of come up, wiggle up onto the balls of your feet, and you circle towards the right. And you keep circling, keep circling, keep circling, keep circling all the way until you're on the other side, right leg on top. That didn't work out, that's okay. Just switch your legs so that right leg is on top. So you can still do half with left leg long, right leg on top, or you can do the full version. Find your hips on the floor, you're not sitting on the heels, or your hips are on some kind of support besides the heels. You can pull up nice and tall, right leg is on top, so eagle arms with right arm underneath. Bend the elbows, back a hand to back a hand. Maybe wrap one more time, palm to palm. Shoulders down the back, elbows in line with shoulders, forearms gently drawing away from your face. Both sides of the neck are the same length, chin level with the floor. And then notice if you're sinking into the low back. So draw the belly in, and then on your inhale, lengthen up the ribs all the way out of that pelvis. Continue to breathe smoothly. Your next inhale, unwind the arms. Exhale, release them down. Undo the legs, hands might go behind you so you can kind of lean on them and either flip-flop the legs from side to side or bend the knees and just let them windshield wiper from side to side, whichever you prefer. Alright, so center yourself on your mat. I'm going to turn sideways now. So I'm on my mat. Your choice is reverse plank or reverse table. Either way, hands will go behind you, fingertips pointing towards your rear or maybe slightly diagonal if that's better for you. Feet on the floor, knees bent, or if you would prefer reverse plank, lengthen out the legs, point through the toes. Either way, shoulders are going to go back and down, shoulder blades lift the chest, belly in, and on your next inhale, press into the hands and feet to lift your hips. Lift the hips, reach the tailbone towards your feet or the backs of your knees. Shoulders back and down, bottom tips of the shoulder blades lift the heart. Keep the belly in, neck is long, avoid looking to the wall behind you. One more inhale, lift. Maybe if you're in reverse plank, toes even touch the floor. And then exhale, booty down. And lower all the way down to your back. Once you're down, let's do a nice happy baby. Knees towards the shoulders, arms reach inside the legs, hands grab outside edges of the feet. If you prefer stillness right before Shavasana, go for that. Otherwise, rock a little from side to side. Come back to center. Yogi's choice. Either draw the feet together, knees wide like a flying butterfly, or if you prefer, take a toe lock straddle. Either one is fine. Bringing back some symmetry. So we already did our twist seated, but if you want another twist, feel free to take your time. You're at home, you can do whatever you'd like. Otherwise, if you're coming along with me, you're going to bring the legs back together, knees into the chest, arms around the shins. Bring the forehead up to the knees. Give yourself a big ol' hug. Inhale. And then exhale, unfurl into Shavasana. Knees can be bent and knocking in, or you can lengthen the legs out long on the mat and let them gently flop open. Take a second and just tuck the shoulders underneath of you a bit to prevent them from creeping up towards the ears. Just a little tuck. Soften the jaw, maybe open and close it a few times. Let the eyes be heavy in the sockets. Allow the rib cage to just soften. Belly moves freely with the breath. Let go. Let be. Shavasana.
back to your intention. Is it something that you can bring off the mat and into your day? Or perhaps it's something that you continue to work on and bring into your next practice. And without rushing, pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Once you're seated, close the eyes. Once again, shoulders back and down, belly gently drawing back. Notice the effects of your practice on mind, on body, and on spirit. Gather your hands to your heart. Lift your heart. Bow your head. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find your strength. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. See you next time.